Okay, friends, once again, a very good morning to all present here and those who will be watching later on as well. As you know, the month of October, all over the world, this cyber security week is celebrated, and during this period, we make people aware how they can be more safe, what they should do, what are the safe practices, what they should be aware of, and how they can help others also if something has happened. So how we can be more safe in this cyber world, because nowadays everything has become online. We are ordering every day. Whether it is medicine, whether it is grocery, or even clothes, means everything. Now people are not moving. They go rarely out, or maybe for different purpose, but not for purchasing. So lot of things. But these technology, though the things have been made much simpler, but a lot of cyber fraud, and people keep on watching you and how to trap you people, and all of us, and how to extort money out of it. All those things demands a concern and awareness, and institutions like NESCOM, they are also working very hard along with the policymakers, means judiciary as well as police department, that how it can be more safe for the public. But yesterday also we had a lecture how securing the cyber world, means how you can be more safe on that. And the mool mantra was that awareness is one thing, and second thing is the more you know about it, for the better understanding you have, and you should know those practices, and those should be meticulously followed. In the same series, we have another hybrid webinar you can say, or online particularly, on unlocking readiness plan against growing cyber threats. Uh, Mostly the points which will be covered will be all about reflection from the past, understanding the evolving digital landscape, cost of breach, a global perspective, and why it is a concern. This and cyber attacks, various type of attacks, they will be covered, discussion on digital security and key personal cyber and privacy risk. For this awareness, we have specially invited, we have with us Mr. Sukrit Ghosh, who is currently working with the Data Security Council of India as an associate director, spearheading industry engagement and a few key business verticals. To the core of technology and management, he brings a rich and relevant work experience in the domains like cybersecurity, privacy, digital analytics, and 360-degree integrated marketing and communication. Sukritji possesses over 14 plus years of experience. Prior to joining DSCI, he had a long stint with DXC Technology, India. He is an avid learner with a zeal to learn, unlearn, and relearn to stay relevant in today's dynamic BUCA business world. In fact, this particularly learning, relearning, and all this process is valid for everyone also in our profession as well as for teachers, those who are present here. With his extensive experience, he brings a good mix of relevant process knowledge across various organizational functions, strategic foresight and planning, backed by research and technology know-how, and also optimize decision making and analytical through processes. As a professional, Sukrit is always on the lookout for challenging tasks to innovate, transform positively, and make a difference and grow. He does not like monotony and indulgence in excess comfort at work, and believes that thriving on change will result in success across all the spheres of involvement. He invests his free time towards networking, adding new skills, listening to the music, and also writing. These are the hobbies, and this is also. So welcome, Sukrit Ghosh, to Nehru Science Center and to NENS National Council of Science Museum, which is our parent organization. And welcome to all my colleagues, our respected teachers, and those who are present here for this session. This session will also be available later on our YouTube channel as well as I think Facebook also will post after editing so that people can take benefit of it. With this brief introduction, welcoming you all once again, I would like to hand over the mic or the stage, rather the online stage to Sukrit. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Amish. I will start sharing the screen as well. I hope I'm audible, visible, and the screen is also rendering well.
Yeah, we can see the screen, but there are some patches. I don't know whether they are part of slide or something is missing.
No, no, this is not supposed to happen. No, there is something. Okay.
Yeah, some patches are visible, which are, I think, hiding backside. So, Sate, can you just check out?
Yeah, I will share my screen only. Yeah, in that case.
Yeah, let's get them in. Yeah, now it is clear.
Okay. So, thank you for setting up the context, and thank you for providing this opportunity to interact with, uh, I would say, people who are associated with Nehru Science Center. And today, what I'm going to discuss, rather, I would actually like to start with this term itself that I'm going to have a discussion. I'm not going to do a session. It's not a lecture series. It's not something which one has to attend because it's kind of a mandate or one needs to sit through it. I would rather recommend that those who are in this session, they should actually engage with it. Because what you see on the screen is the term that defines. I'm able to hear my own voice. Is your mic active? Can you mute your mic, please? I think your mic is also going on. Yeah. I hope there's no echo anymore. Okay. So, the intent is we have always heard about this term collaboration as the key to success. And in terms of cybersecurity and privacy management, this is all the more crucial. We have heard about this from business optimization standpoint or any kind of functional engagement standpoint that we need to collaborate and we need to do it efficiently to get the best out of it. But when it comes to cybersecurity or cyber attacks, people do the other way around. They feel, oh, I have got attacked, I should not share about it. It kind of causes societal stigma, apprehensions, and that's where the dark side actually wins. That's where it creates actually collaboration happens and success is seen at the darker side because the good side is always reserved and concerned about sharing. What I'm trying to discuss here is it will create engagement element which requires this harmony, this collaboration. Because if I get attacked today, I need to share it with all of you so that you don't get attacked. And that is where it is important that we understand that we can all come together to secure our world. And that is the theme for this month of cybersecurity awareness as well, where we all come together, where we all engage to bring in our powers, our endeavors, and ensure that the security posture is maintained. What you see on the screen is the theme of this month, which is supported by various organizations that you see at the bottom strip. These are the organizations that came forward and supported the cause, and that's why we are doing a much wider and much more impactful engagement to create an awareness culture and awareness posture. Talking about superheroes, this is what we have. I believe my colleague has shared this yesterday as well. So for those who have seen it, please pardon me. For those who have not seen it, this is what we have for all of you. We all do WhatsApp good morning, good nights, or forwards over WhatsApp, Instagrams, and all. My request to all of you is if you are an avid social media user, please start using these assets as well to forward and get people to be the superhero that they should be. Because the darker side actually has made it a point that we need superheroes to safeguard the interest. And these superheroes are not too difficult. Huh? If all of you could remember, some years back, there was a cartoon character called Captain Planet. It was in the similar lines that all our powers will come together and only then can we get that primary superhero. That is, so the overall, the most critical superhero is cyber awareness, but all the participants within us are creating that option that we can create an ecosystem. There are a lot of elements online on our website which I would request you to kindly use. And these are on our website. Please use this to promote it because it is about each one and each one. Because if you are aware and you're not sharing it, it's actually of no use. All these assets are there. We have videos, we have infographics, we have posters, wallpapers, screensavers, which you can all use and share it within your group. And yes, not to forget, we actually launched these campaigns in Mumbai on the 1st of October at Bombay Stock Exchange by ringing the bell. And ringing the bell now to unlock the readiness plan against growing cyber attack is what I will be discussing with all of you. Because we need to have a plan and we need to continuously have multiple plans, which needs these continuous unlocking. Because the darker side is much more agile and much more collaborative. If you think that you have stopped one avenue, they will come up with something else. Probably you may not be knowing it, but somebody in your network may know. So it's very important that the networks collaborate. These are a few of the things that I will talk to you about today. Some of the latest attack vectors that you should be aware of. But before that, I will ask you a few questions. If those who are on this call, if you could let me know, what do you think this image is showing? If I can request participants to come on voice, let's come on audio and share. What do you think this image is showing right now? Okay, I think there is chat. Okay, sorry, I was waiting for audio, but anxiety, tension and stress. Okay, great. I will bring a little bit of humor to this now. How many of you feel that you have a lot of work in your hand? You have bandwidth challenges. Today, I think most of the professionals out there, they complain about bandwidth management, work-life balance. So this work-life balance is provided to us by the virtue of the sense of security we have. But what if this sense of security is not there? It will call us into a situation where we have to pray for our safety. We need to pray if we get financial fraud on us. We pray if we get a reputational damage coming to us. So my intent here is to have conversation with you so that you can reduce this praying time for cyber attacks. Worship the gods, but at least take ownership of your cyber security. Having said that, my next question to all of you is, what do you remember is probably the first breach in the history of mankind? What could be that first scenario that comes to your mind? I will open the chat box to see what you are writing. What do you remember as the first breach in the history of mankind is what the question is. Trojan horse. Okay. Anyone else? Any other answer? Keeping other room. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you right now. Before that, I need to have a disclaimer that it has nothing to do with any religious sentiments, but probably this is the best known reference point that I could have thought of because it is having all the elements in it. So what you see on your screen now may make you feel, oh, I was thinking about it. Do you all recollect this particular instance, or this is coming from
Yes.
Ramayana, Sita Haran? I believe all of you can relate to this. But why am I bringing this up right now is because what we read in our mythology for probably preparedness and more conscious decision making probably is requiring more efforts because what has happened in the past still happens today. That time it was an interest towards a golden deer. Today it has become greed for cashbacks and discounts. That time there were desperations. Today also there is desperation. It required Ram to chase the deer, then Lakshman to go after Ram when they heard Ram's fake audio. Today that is fake audio. That time it was an audio which was not understood how it happened. But today we can say that it is a fake audio. But today also there is desperation because we need to download that app which everyone else is talking about. We need to use that app which everybody else is talking about. We want to watch something and we get a link and we click on it quickly in anticipation that, oh, I was lucky today. But little did we know that all those desperate moves will have a fallback action to be taken upon, which is about trying to secure what we have lost. Probably Lakshman can be termed as the first known CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, because he created that Lakshman Rekha. Then we saw the attacker coming in a disguise. Ravan came as a saint, a sadhu. Probably today that is a deep fake. Technology was there at that time, technology is there today. But still, attacks happen successfully. Still, we fall victim and then we lose money, peace of mind. Because while there are these fencing, it still requires users like you and me to take some decisions. In this case, it was Sita who required to take a decision. While she was told not to cross the line, she had to, for a reason that is the next most critical aspect to be aware of: fear. She crossed the line because of fear. She crossed the line because the sadhu, that is Ravan in disguise, threatened her that there will be a curse coming her way if she does not come out and give the bhiksha. These methods are even used today. You will be put into a situation of fear in order to get money out of you or some information out of you. And what it leads to was, has happened that time and it still happens today, is that the starry eyes become teary eyes. What you start with for an anticipation of great discount or cashback actually makes you a victim where you lose all your hard-earned money. So it is our own responsibility to understand that the attack vectors are changing. They are getting refined, sophisticated every year. But we also need to do the same. We also need to learn about these and we have to be ready for these. There is a mechanism of research, review, and then take an action. But because we are human beings who are influenced, we sometimes take decisions in haste. And it just takes that one wrong click and you lose everything. When these attacks happen, they happen across measures or parameters. They will first cripple some of the work that you were doing. Together in a collective manner, it will create a collapse. And when this happens, it sets in panic. And when you are in a panic environment, you are the most vulnerable. That makes me ask you this question. Does anybody know what is the meaning of CIA? Anybody who understands the term CIA?
CIA is generally we take it as that Central Investigation Agency was a famous agency of US. Generally, it is connected with that.
Okay.
CIA.
Any other answer? If not Central Investigation Agency, any other answer? Something is there in the chat. Okay. So let me explain this. CIA is actually the triad of cybersecurity. It is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. I will take a simple example to make you understand how it works from a business standpoint, but let's talk personally. Let's say there is a health test required to be done. And a person goes to the path lab, gets the test done, and the path lab tells him that, see, we can give you the report tomorrow afternoon. Just go to our Instagram page and you can download it from there. Do you think anybody will be okay to download a health report from a public platform? Probably the answer is no. Because you want your data to be confidential. Second element is, one of the test elements was blood pressure monitoring. And in BP, I think the normal BP range is 120/80. Not the range, the reading. But in the report, when this person saw the report, it was written 80/120. This person may have normal BP, but looking at that data or that report, he may get high BP or low BP issues, because that's alarming. Third, this report was required within 2 days. But the lab said, hey, our servers are down, I can give you only after 5 days. Do you think these things are acceptable in the overall schema of things? When this is not acceptable for you as an individual,
No.
think of business. Business works with different functions coming together. So it requires the data that flows through to be confidential. It requires it to be having integrity, because one wrong reading will lead to a separate. So for example, let's take this particular session. If I was told that this session is going to start at 10, but that 10 becomes 1, the 0 gets omitted, what would have been the fate of this discussion? You would have been waiting, expecting me to join at 10 o'clock, while I would have been joining at 1 o'clock. Another aspect, this entire conversation was planned. Everybody has blocked the time. Calendars are in sync. I need to travel from Delhi to Mumbai, but I couldn't make it because I didn't get an Ola or Uber because of some unavailability of the cabs. What would it have been the result? That this session would have been weak. Yes, there's a possibility that I could have joined online from some other location, but it is not the best thing to happen. And these are all workarounds that we try to work out if we are in a situation. So please understand that the CIA element is critical for everyone to be aware of, and everybody needs to relate to it so that you can optimize. You can look at the productivity and efficiency and experience part in a better way. Now, a question to all of you. How many of you have digital IoT devices? Not digital, IoT devices like Alexa, Google Home, even your phones? Probably everyone, right?
Yes, I have Alexa.
You have Alexa. Can I ask you a question in that case? Thanks for sharing. That's the first thing. Can I ask you a question that, have you ever read anything which says that do not keep this near the bedroom?
No, sir. In fact, we brought it, but I was so aware of all these things. So still, we have not operated that. I asked my husband not to use at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Somebody had gifted us.
understood. But to be very honest, there's no harm if you are controlling that usage properly. See, all these companies are also working on the security very well. And we are in the age of digitization where these are the elements of power. And that makes me remember one very famous dialogue from the Spider-Man movie. With great power comes great responsibilities. So you have these tools as power with you, and you can control them as well before they start controlling you. So those who are not aware, yes, there is a disclaimer that says that do not keep it near the bedroom for a reason. These are very high intensity mics. It hears everything that you say. And apparently that is one key reason why some of these devices now have a mute button. So that in case you are not using and you are not turning it off for other reasons, like you also have a clock on it. So people tend to keep it on every time. But it has an option of muting. And talking about muting, we are talking about Alexa, but ma'am, you did mention that you're not using it, but are you not using your mobile phone? If I can ask you another question, please. Thanks for being participative. And then
Yes, sir.
apologies that
Yes,
I'm
sir.
troubling you.
We are using it, and we know very well that whenever we are talking about anything, we want to purchase geyser or refrigerators or whatever it may be, that
Mhm.
whenever we go to the Googles, it will show the um, advertisement of all these things.
So we are talking about Google showing advertisement once you are actually searching for it. Let me give you another example that happened with me. I was looking at iPhone. So iPhone has this battery health feature which tells you how healthy the battery is. And I was searching if the same feature is available in Samsung phones. And I would have spoken about it with a friend, and then I went to YouTube for a search of where to find this particular feature. I got a WhatsApp message from a very prominent e-commerce company, and I will read it out for all of you. That what I got. This I got in 20 minutes. It said, "Have you checked your battery health? Struggling to keep up with your phone's charging needs? Time to upgrade to iPhone 15." While this appears to be stitched together, it happens because we have given these phones and these IoT devices permissions and access from our side. I saw the chat which says that it means conversation may leak. The answer is yes and no. If you are concerned and if you are conscious about perimeter, the environment that you have for the IoT devices function well, they may not leak unless and until there is a significant breach happening at the manufacturer's end. But if you are casual, particularly these devices require internet connectivity, so you need the Wi-Fi connection to work for them. The casualness of managing your Wi-Fi security is where the concern lies. Many people don't change the Wi-Fi password. The route it's written on the router, you continue to use that only, thinking it's easy to remember. But that easy to remember thing may be easy for others to also understand and gauge. And if that happens, it's very easy to get to know what you are doing, when you are doing, and how you can be actually tapped. Similarly, we have our cars where our phones get connected automatically. So that particular element can also be making you vulnerable. If you give access to your phone, like many times what happens, I'm going to mix a few thoughts together. Many times what happens is there's a person who comes to you and say, hey, my battery is dead. Can I just make one call from your phone? I need to call someone urgently here. And you say, yeah, please check it. The same question, if somebody is asking who's a little shabbily dressed, you will not give the phone. But if somebody comes in a smartly dressed outfit, you will give the phone expecting that person to be learned enough and good enough. Many a times we don't even see what is happening on that phone, expecting that it's just one call. Please be aware that if you give me your phone today, I can actually ensure that all your calls and SMSs start coming to me as well. Because all I need to do is spend 4 or 5 seconds on this device, run a small code, and that's it. So my request to all of you is, next time when you see a person reaching out, I'm not saying don't be human, have chivalry, have empathy, but when you give the phone to someone else next time, ensure 2 things. You ask them the number and you dial it yourself, and give it on a speakerphone, and ask them to talk to whomsoever they want to talk to on speaker. Because if they are asking you for a help, you have the right to demand what they are discussing. Because if this person is a militant and he just triggers an attack using that one phone call, then also you are the one who will be going behind bars. Because the call will be seen as happening from your phone number. I hope this makes, yeah, there is a hand raised. I think there's a question that somebody wants to ask.
Good morning, sir. This is Mrs. Gauri Pandit. Can I share my experience about this yesterday only?
Please.
My son is 12 years old and he was walking on the pavement, and one person came to him and said, I want your phone. I want to dial to my son. My son said, you tell me the number, I will dial for you. He gave the number, but while giving the number, he told him to put hash. Oh, my son asked, oh, while dialing, why you want me to put hash? Because your dialing is only number dialing, I think. So why you need hash? He said, no, this will be very good for me. Please do that. So my son said, sorry, uncle, I don't have that much this power left in my phone, so I cannot give it to you. So he went to another person. So just yesterday it happened, yesterday evening, sir. I just wanted to share.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this. This is what we need today. All of you sharing these experiences will only help each other. Not many people would have been aware of this part, that this is
Yes,
also an attack which is happening where people are asking to append a hash. And it is the code. It's actually the code that they would have asked, basis which this number. So they would have actually asked for dialing hash star 00 hash numbers hash. And then all the calls and the SMSs will get forwarded to that particular number. So please be wary of this fact. Another thing that we should be talking about, while this is something of the industry, I will just talk about a few elements. Particularly what you see on that right side, which says 19% of the attacks are happening because of compromised credentials, is because we sometimes are very casual with our passwords. We share it with friends, family, for something that needs to be done, and if you're not near your system, you will ask your friend to do it. Please don't do that. For a simple reason. You don't know how your friend is handling that data. What if they are also casual and your data is out? What if I get to know about it and I hack your system and extract all the data that you have? This is what you need to think, because that hacker could be anyone. Today I'm teaching you what needs to be done, but even you need to be wary that why to trust me. So please follow a principle of don't trust anybody. Always validate, revalidate, review, and then take actions. And another thing is, whenever you face any problem or you see anything that you have done accidentally wrong, please report it to the right teams. Because what happens is, many times these reporting don't happen on time, and then the average is what you see, 277 days. It takes to understand that there has been some attack which may be successful. Unfortunately, in 2024, this number has gone even up to 92 days. So my earnest request to all of you is, please start focusing on cybersecurity. My request to everyone in the academics is to please institutionalize this as a very important subject for everyone in the schools, in the colleges, because the advent of digital is so vast that everybody is connected through digital means. Now I will make you see a small video. This is what we call as ransomware.
Oh, hey Dave, did you watch last night's episode of Game of Dragons?
No, I've been doing the cord cutting thing the last couple of months.
It was amazing.
know,
You
right?
have to watch it.
Craventhal's Squid Army when they
Come on.
Unreal.
Sorry, spoilers. I'm sure it'll be streaming somewhere soon. You gotta watch it. Anyway,
Game of Dragons. So good. How do I get my hands on that episode? Let's see. Ooh, what's this email? Extortion, entertainment, got spy. I mean, a random email never hurt anybody. Let's see. Ooh, aha. Free is always the right price.
There's no such thing as a free stream. We have your data locked. Wire $1,000 in Bitcoin in the next 10 minutes or we'll delete your data.
Boy, this would not be a big deal if I just backed up my data like Sid told me to.
what was that?
Nothing. Nothing. Great.
We might also release some of it to the public. Like that video of you at karaoke at last year's sales kickoff.
No. Look, my voice cracked on the key change. Fine, take anything. Just leave me my dignity, please.
You have 8 minutes.
All right. Fine. I finally finished the new Game of Dragons episode.
Yes,
Oh man, those
finally.
demon pigs really got their tails handed to them, didn't they? Oh man.
I'm pretty
so
sure
good.
that was like 4 episodes ago, right?
What?
Yeah, last night's episode, Son of Demon Pig shows up, and he's way worse. I mean, it really hits trough bottom. No, you get it. When you get to it, you'll get it. That's when you...
So what you saw is the exact same thing that happens to us, right? You talk about something, want something, and then you see it, and then you gear towards it. That is what we need to refrain from. Because ransomware, this is what ransomware is. It's a payload delivery through a phishing channel. Then it opens up and it encrypts your data. There are 2 types of ransomware right now, crypto and local. But these are all understandable only after you start understanding the core, which is to control that greed. Because ransomware will happen only when there is a greed or urgency acted upon. Some of the findings, please try to remember this, because these are not small amount of money I'm talking about. These are in crores and crores of rupees. And it is growing because people like us, we want things, we have this greed element kicking in, which makes us all the more vulnerable. Another thing that is of concern, probably this will be the last thing that I will share because I know there's a paucity of time, digital arrest. Now, a lot of people are getting attacked. Apparently, there was a loss of life very recently when a teacher died because of cardiac arrest. Because there was somebody who was doing this, calling her as a police inspector and threatening her, stating that her daughter's video has been found, and if they don't pay up, the police inspector would actually spread it across. And because it was coming from a police inspector and a situation which no mother would like to hear, there was a cardiac arrest. These attacks happen in a way that they will create fear in you, that there's a courier service call coming to you saying you have a parcel has been caught where your details have been found, and as per law you are the culprit, and they will just start barging on you. They will ask you to be on a video 24/7 so that they can keep monitoring, and they will try and extract money out of it. Please understand, there is nothing called digital arrest. There's no rule like that. If there is something that is supposed to happen, it will happen through the official channels only. All you need to be aware of is people like these guys will call you with this kind of a audio.
You to be prohibited from sending
I'll
out.
show you two
For more
examples.
information,
One which is a
please
sophisticated
press
attack,
1.
which is this.
To contact our customer service, please press 0.
Hello.
FedEx International Courier Service, how can I help you?
Yeah, I got a call from this number
Genuine.
saying something with. Hello.
Yes, sir, tell me.
Yeah, something
Yes, sir, it is on,
regarding
but tell me.
parcel.
Okay, so this call is regarding if any FedEx parcel is attached with your contact number and that parcel has any issue with the delivery, you will get this call for verification, sir.
This was scene one.
जो हमारे कस्टम सिस्टम में चेक करते दौरान पता चला है कि आपके नाम और नंबर के एक पार्सल DHL कुरियर सर्विस के माध्यम से मुंबई से सिंगापुर जा रहा था सर। जो मुंबई कस्टम कार्गो के जांच में पता चला है कि आपके जो नाम और नंबर से रजिस्टर हुआ है पार्सल, तो पार्सल के अंदर 19 फर्जी पासपोर्ट, अलग अलग बैंकों के 65 ATM कार्ड और 159 ग्राम MDMA मिला है सर। क्या भेजा है ये पार्सल?
क्या मिला है? क्या मिला है?
अलग 19 फर्जी पास.
This is what happens. They will call you with either a very sophisticated attack frame or they will call you like a Jamtara scenario. But they will use these as avenues to extract money. There have been news articles like the one that you see on the screen. We don't have time right now, though I have played it. It talks about how money has been taken out. What I'm going to show you is this. Whenever there is a transaction that happens through fraudulent channel, this is how the money goes out. So please remember one more thing. I will use one more minute to just inform you about the number, because there is a time frame within which if you report, you get that money back. This number is the I4C number of 1930. And this website, cybercrime.gov.in, is what you should always keep in handy. Because if there's any fraudulent transaction that has happened, please report it right away. If you can do it within this time frame, there's a high probability that you will get the money back, because the money gets held up, that in transit, it is suspended. And that is how you can save the money in your own bank accounts. So I think with that, I will take a pause because I believe there's another program lined up for which need to. So over to the host. If there's any question, happy to take. Otherwise, over to the host, please.
Yeah, Ashish.
सर अभी तो कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है और नेक्स्ट सेशन भी है, तो आप
No,
वाइंड
if anything
अप
is to
कर
be
सकते
told.
हैं। अभी तक तो कोई क्वेश्चन आया नहीं सर, ऑनलाइन भी नहीं आया है।
No, those who are present here, if they want to ask, you
गौरी
can
मैम
ask them.
गौरी मैम ने
Yes,
हैंड रेस किया है।
yes, I wanted to ask one question.
Yes,
Sir,
please.
is it possible for any hacker to hack my phone if I am on just one call from unknown number? Somebody has called me, and is it possible for them to hack my phone, sir? No link clicked and nothing. Only
No.
if I am talking to somebody, can it be possible for them?
No. If you are getting a direct call, that too from a genuine number, it won't happen. If you are taking an IP call, then there is still a possibility. So take calls which are +91, or if you know a particular call is coming from a particular geography, then take only those calls.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
A lot of people use a lot of apps nowadays to understand whether these are genuine calls or not. My earnest request to all of you is choose the apps wisely, because you sometimes don't need these apps. You just can do it with a single hello. If you get to know that this is a relevant call, you continue, otherwise you disconnect.
Another someone is asking.
Sir, I want to share something.
Please.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
sunny afternoon when I was sleeping, there was a WhatsApp call, and as a routine. I just picked that call, and somebody told me that your son is arrested for rape and murder and all, and where he resides and what's your name and all. Then I got that this is fraudulent. So I asked, I told them that if you arrested them, then you know very well that was the name and all. So after that, I called my husband, my daughter, my son. But somebody told me that at at that time you need not to call others. They may mm, they may create a problem. So is it true or not?
It depends on how well they have socially engineered you and how much you have been leaking data. Otherwise, you can call others. There's no harm. Always report these numbers to this ID and this website and this number 1930.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I reported both the numbers because I received 2 calls.
It is okay. See, what happens is when you push back these criminals, they will start abusing you. They will start trying to traumatize you further by doing calls from different numbers. So that you can anticipate will happen when you push back. But please push back. There's no harm in doing that. Call the authorities. They will be there to help you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, I also actually face all those things because nowadays mobile is very common and the transactions. Data is being leaked by means agencies where you have, for example, I remember I'm still having maybe one insurance policy or something, and it has some money back plan or something. So then there are some what do you call bonus they add to somebody has leaked it from there, and then they started calling whether you have a relationship manager, whether you know that your bonus is being taken away by your agent. And the agent was, perhaps they were not aware the agent was my cousin sister herself. Means it was within family. Then I reported both as ma'am has told. Normally I report. In fact, I'm very sensitive so far as complaints are concerned in public grievances, in public demand, and I noted down those numbers. In fact, I called. For example, there was a call from state in the name of State Bank of India that this is because I'm using a card for State Bank. So there was a number. I noted down that number. Immediately I called them. In fact, I called police also, but they could not respond. But then I told, okay, this is the situation. Can you find out whose number is this? No, sir, you don't respond. How do I know? Because I am in a public office. I get every day people are calling us to know what are the programs. I cannot store each and every number. So when I'm reporting you, you should take some action on that. No, you better. We have given it to the concerned cell and they will do. But after that, there is no response for that. Even sometimes I feel that
unfortunate reality. That is the unfortunate reality because right now our forces are very less in number compared to the attacks that are happening. And you know how the system works, right? Some things are prioritized, some things are not. But having said that, these helplines have been created with this thought in mind that at least we add another layer of support. Even 1930, you may not get it in one go because there are a lot of calls happening every day, every second on this number. Because a lot of people are getting impacted. So
as you said, this golden hour. So means I know means there's a lot of number of complaints yesterday. Amit ji has shown some number. There are some 50,000 plus cases of cyber fraud in every year, and the number is increasing. It is now 52,000 or something. What I want to say is sometimes, as you said in golden hour, means for example, today I have got something. Immediately I have responded. At least there can be a cell which can remediate. Okay, now it has happened. Immediately you can find out. Because if it goes to a regular process, by that time though, this number changing, because we get even these Flipkart people, even these other means those who are delivering, their numbers are very peculiar nowadays. It is very difficult to. They seems like they are from different country. In my mobile, when Flipkart calls, it seems it is coming from Dubai. It seems it's coming from some other countries. I don't know how they are using that phone.
It is because of the IP dialings that are happening now. It happens because of that. That's what I'm saying. See, you need to know, to be very honest, everything boils down to one thing. Who needs who? If you need something, you will be connected. If you don't need that something, they will try reaching out to you. You don't need to stress on that.
Because in Flipkart it happened initially they were calling from a Pune number base 020 I could take it, but nowadays they call it is a very peculiar number. So twice thrice it happened. I have not responded to that. And in the
Correct.
evening I got a message. We tried to call your this parcel has been sent back because we were not able to reach you out.
Yeah, that is how it works, no? Because see,
Yeah.
end of the day, so I always recommend this. Either you need some app or the app needs you. Evaluate that. Comfort and convenience versus compromise. This is an evaluation that needs to happen at an individual side. Because the moment we start valuing comfort and convenience, the attackers are ready for us.
Yeah, we are watching you.
So it's and how vulnerable we are on the social side. That makes it all the more, I would say, concerning. Because we keep things in open so much that it's very easy. So very simple example. If I need to influence you and get into your mind, all I need to do is get into your account. You will understand that I may know something that you have done recently, but you don't anticipate me to know what you have done 10 years back. But your social footprints will allow me to know what you did 10 years back. What you did in October 2010 or 2004, I can go to social media and find out and tell you that if I remember, let me use my powers to remember what you have done. And I will iterate that particular episode to you. And you will feel, wow, this guy has so much of power. He's a saint. And that is how we get it.
Correct.
Because you yourself have disclosed it that you have forgotten. And I'm just making use of it and showing it to you again. And you are getting influenced and you are finding that I'm God's creation.
Absolutely. Okay, I think yeah, we are just 11 o'clock, so we have to start another program. Ashish, would you like to say something, or we can conclude it here by thanking Sukrit ji?
I am just asking to participant. Just write your questions to us. We will forward to Sukrit ji and keep in touch with us. We are arranging new lectures also. Sir, please.
My coordinates also here, so that this is where you can find me on LinkedIn. In case you have any queries, you can always reach out.
But I think we need to have, Sukrit ji, some more of such lectures for young children. Maybe I think this time maybe because the vacation is going on in school, so we could not arrange much. But maybe during a very peculiar, what you call normal circumstances, we can invite either online or offline if you have. So we need to have more such awareness for our young generation as well, because that's what whom we are catering to a large extent. So where school students or college students are concerned. So maybe we'll bother you people again sometime, and we can have a good workshop kind of thing or awareness, and whatever literature you people have, you can share. We would like to play maybe on our public platform, like we have a television for students. We have all channels, and we are very active on social media also from our science center point of view. So I think we can have together, we can play a big role in creating awareness, and we have a very good outreach also. So for social media is concerned, looking forward for that. With a great thanks to you for sparing time and coming all over to the Mumbai. Hope you will have a nice day, but we'll again keep bothering you and have more lectures, such kind. Thank you, all of you. With this, I think I would move to the next lecture with a request to Ashish to wind up and close down the meeting.
For having me here.
Thank you, sir.